I apologize. The ads are running right now. We'll wait to get started for like 60 seconds. We'll let the second ad run. And once that's done, that gives us like almost a full hour. So we get to
pick my nose while they.
Yeah. I mean, they're mostly subs that are here this early, so they can probably see us picking our nose. Or it's split screens now, like AEW.
Oh, yeah.
So they can still see us picking our nose.
Oh, well, fuck it. I pick my nose. I pick my nose in the car because I don't give a fuck.
Also, let us know how we sound. A special shout out to It Gets the Hose Again. We got new equipment. We got a new microphone right here. Is this my camera? My focus? Yeah. Yeah. This is my camera. This one. That's you.
This one's mine. Check this out.
Special effects. Genius. Chet Haglin. Okay. So. Just fart a little bit?
No, I cling.
Oh, okay. I'm always trying to figure. I don't know. I do that to Liz a lot, where I'm just like, "Did you just fart?"
I will fart though.
Well, I'm not asking you to.
I'm specifically.
I appreciate that consideration.
No, I'm gonna fart next to you, waiting until like we're in a huge conversation. But
usually, you like get up and walk off camera and point it towards the whiteboard.
Oh. Nope.
Also, can you try to remember, because I keep forgetting that I need a dry erase marker if you've got one.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have one.
I thought you said you did, so that's the only reason why I said it.
But Julia used. You don't want it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So I think what we're gonna do, the first thing we're gonna talk about is the Skwadcast, how it works content wise, and how it's going to be changing on YouTube. So I think we're evolve. Yeah, it's gonna evolve. So I think we're still gonna do it like this.
Okay.
And this full version of the Skwadcast goes on Spotify and all the streaming services. For YouTube, it's gonna get cut down into, I don't want to like put a specific time on it, but like 20 to 45 minutes, somewhere in that range.
Condensed soup.
Yes, it's going to get condensed, and it's going to be more like an ESPN show in styling. Not so much, maybe. I don't know. But I want it to run more like a TV show that you can listen to as a podcast versus a podcast that you can watch like a TV show.
Yeah.
That gives us the ability to work the Skwadcast into the TV rotation, and it keeps with the theming of the channel.
Sure.
So you've got the Skwadcast, which we're going to rename here shortly. We're going to come up with a name. It's going to be ugly because I'm not
very long-winded, lots of words.
Maybe more or less. But it's going to be, like I said, a shortened version that you can watch that goes with the other stuff, because we're going to have two more weekly podcasts on the channel. There's going to be me ranting about movies like every Wednesday, probably. And then we're working on the 12-6 MMA podcast with me and Camp Goose. We're going to talk mixed martial arts, and they're all going to be in the same format on the channel. You will be able to listen to the long-form versions of any of them on Spotify. And then the ones that appear on the YouTube channel are always going to be the cut down, made for TV versions. Because that's the thing, is like, it's not like they cut the shows on ESPN live.
Right. Yeah, no.
You know, there's lots of editing involved.
What's the one Bomani finished his stint at ESPN? He was doing highly questionable.
Highly questionable.
You can tell that's like an hour-long process.
Yeah,
condense the fuck out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we're going to do with ours, is condense them more so than aim to time them right. The stuff like PTI, that's, you know, like you said, like make kind of like PTI or something like that.
I made a thing like that, but I'm.
Well, it still that's still usable, but it's like one of those things that you don't use live. Like, we can have something like that
right
after the fact.
Oh, I'm gonna keep. I have an idea.
Because that's what I'm gonna do with the MMA podcast. Is that one's gonna be a little bit more structured. With those, when you've got like those ones are kind of shot in the amount of time that's there, or the segments are at least. because those ones are timed. Same thing with Around the Horn. Around the Horn is like, you know that there's only specific times to talk about that. Around the Horn is always one of my favorites.
Still good.
Still good. That's because Tony's so damn good.
Tony's good. He's kind of a dick to the old dudes now. It's like weird seeing him kind of be a dick to Woody Page. Like, damn, Woody, I know, but I ain't still on him.
Look,
Woody's a fucking idiot.
I was gonna say, but look, I don't blame him. Woody Page is kind of a fucking.
Look, but now he's starting to talk like my grandma. Like he can tell he's old.
They're hyper boomer.
Hyper boom. Well, I mean, like, and they're just old.
Not even like. Okay, they gotta know when to call it. Like Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie Mack.
Yeah,
she retired.
Yeah, Jackie was one of my favorites.
She can still keep up though.
Yeah, she could.
Woody is kind of like, well, Tony, no, all right.
He gets muted just for fucking open. We
Pretty much.
We need to do a fucking PTR or an Around the Horn sketch.
I fucking love Around the Horn. I was watching old Max Kellerman around because I was like, I want to see what that looked like.
Max got the raw end of that fucking ESPN.
He was really good.
Did
the new deal?
Well, the fact that Stephen A. fucking Smith just basically was like, yeah, get him the fuck out of here, and off of First Take, and then First Take ratings tanked instantly.
I mean, yeah.
It went from the #1 morning show on ESPN to like under Get Up.
Damn.
Yeah, like the ratings suffered like that when they did that.
Not surprised.
I mean, that's the ego thing. You know, when you're a guy like Stephen A. Smith and he's obviously got such a fucking ridiculous ego.
Yeah. Couldn't even show up for Max's last episode.
Which is even more fucking
Called
ridiculous.
In to say congratulations. Max was like, you know what, Stephen, let me just talk for you, because fuck you, man.
Dude, for real. I've always liked Max, though. It's crazy to me that people don't like Max. I don't know why. I just like...
They hate reason. They hate truth.
I don't even agree with...
Sometimes he says crazy shit, but
yeah,
like,
I don't even
he's just saying it to say it.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything. Well, that's the other part. That's the problem with debate sports shows.
Period.
Is that they have to disagree.
Yep.
Even if they agree, they have to pretend to disagree.
Yeah.
And it's hard to watch that shit, especially now that I've started watching Levitard again. Once this fucking John Gruden shit happened, I was like, I gotta know what they're saying.
Yeah.
I gotta hear it. And they're able to, I don't know what deal they worked out, but they're starting to get some of their old ESPN friends on the show. Like Bomani was on the last episode.
Bomani's done with ESPN.
I don't think he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's already...
Well, I know, but I thought that that was a deal between ESPN and HBO.
Oh, that's why he said something about just fuck my shit. Pretty sure.
I don't. It still has the same name, doesn't it? Let's look this up, because I thought that it was still going to be called The Right Time. So the podcast will continue.
Okay, yeah.
So he is still going to have The Right Time. He won't be he won't be leaving ESPN in March.
Oh?
Yes. Confirmed on Twitter that he won't be leaving ESPN in March and that his podcast will continue.
Oh, so that's what it was. Highly questionable.
Highly Questionable was canceled like in September, and High Noon has been that shit got canceled a while ago.
What was High Noon again?
High Noon was his shit with Pablo, and as much as I love him and Pablo, that show didn't do it for me.
Yeah, it just wasn't good.
I love both of those guys.
It needs more. Pablo was on a lot of Highly Questionable.
Yeah, Pablo was always on Highly Questionable.
It worked better when they had like one more person. What was the one dude's name? Ryan. Who's the dude that's on Highly Questionable? Be him, Babani, Israel, and this dude. I swear he played football.
There's so many people. I don't know Orion.
Dominique Fox?
Dominique Foxworth was on there a lot, too.
That's who I'm...
But then they also had, like, Katie Nolan on there a lot, Mina Kimes, Sarah Spain.
Mina Kimes is fucking...
Yeah, Mina. All three of them are cool.
I don't know the first lady so much. I know...
Katie Nolan's pretty fucking funny, too. Pretty good.
Oh, she was on the Levitard. She was on...
Yeah. Hey, Ray J, how's it going? Nice to see you. We're talking bullshit for now. So we're going to go ahead and do that probably next week. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have homework assignments, because I'm going to be doing the same thing for the MMA podcast we're doing. And that is come up with a topic a day.
Okay.
Just one topic a day, write it down. You'll have 7 by the time you get. I'll have 7. Cover those things, and
Mhm.
then if that's a segment worth leaving out, you leave it out.
Right.
If it's worth keeping in, because not all of them are going to be worth keeping.
Right.
You can still listen to the long form version on Spotify, Google Music, all that shit. I still got to get us on Apple. I've been
YouTube
lazy.
Music.
Amazon podcasts, that shit. But then it's gonna be more. It's gonna take more of a television show, fully edited approach, and it'll still come out every Tuesday. The MMA podcast, we're gonna shoot those every Tuesday, and those are gonna come out every Thursday, probably.
You can do those.
Yes, we're gonna do those with Discord, and then I'm just gonna overlay over the top of it. So that's the thing is I can just cut the Discord windows out
Yeah.
by putting, put the same thing on the timeline twice.
Yeah.
Cut the Discord part of it out. And then arrange our windows. And then Wednesdays I'm gonna start ranting about movies because that worked out so well. People enjoy listening to me bullshit about movies, apparently. Like Ryan, I mean, just Jackknife.
Yeah.
Jackknife was like, dude, listening to you fucking roast movies is like one of the funniest fucking things.
Yeah, it was good.
He said that Valkyrie thing killed him. Like, guys, we gotta kill Hitler. Fucking Tom Cruise. But so that's definitely gonna be the next step for this show. Gotta think of what to name. That's kind of a pain in that. Skwadcast, I don't think works for the name of a show.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Piss Jug. Fuck. The Hill Valley. Piss Jug and Frank. That actually worked. Piss the fuck. I don't fucking
it's
know.
not Piss Jug. Piss Jug isn't here.
You're not Piss Jug.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Damn it. I thought you'd smell it like during the whole piss. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of we can come up with a name.
Well, it's gonna be less. It's gonna be less shorts also. I'll still be cranking out 7 a week for TikTok.
Yeah,
but less YouTube shorts for sure.
You know, if you have,
they're working for Big J very well. Yes,
YouTube?
As far as gaining subscribers, but we're not gaining a lot of subscribers for them. That and it like I've seen from several sources that YouTube will only promote 1 video a day for you, and that includes shorts. So if we're going to be, if I'm going to have 3 shows coming out a week now, every week,
I have to do each days and dedicated uploaded.
Yes, and then plus when the Super Show comes, that's gonna be 4 full fucking, 4 full things a week coming out on the channel.
Right.
So we're not gonna have but 3 days that we can fit in a short that might not be detrimental to the content.
Right.
So it's part of the reason why we're gonna be doing less shorts. Is just gonna be that we're gonna be doing so much full content that we don't wanna nip that by putting shorts out on top of them.
Right.
But we'll still have tons of that shit. TikTok's always popping for us.
Yeah, TikTok, we
bust loads on
20
TikTok.
Fucking I need some fucking. I know. I'm waiting for you.
I didn't have as many.
Everything is fucking chat. I'm like, I need some. I'm about to just chop up shit that we.
I meant to get more of them done before I left for Chicago, and I didn't realize until it was too late. Until I was on the fucking train, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have any shorts coming out.
Are you doing them in Adobe or are you doing?
I do them in. I have a preset for them. In
you already have a preset
in Resolve. I just throw them into Resolve.
Man, I just made a preset and it's like,
yeah. I mean, it's
so much better.
I mean, it's still because it's like I always have one. I don't like. It's not like I just have to. I can just throw them in. I do the thing where I layer them so that I can cut myself out and move myself.
Yeah.
But still, it's
you can do 2. I did because I have the same thing in my camera.
Well, my camera's not always in the same place.
I know because I move around all the time. I'll just make one that I keep on an invisible. And if I add a new one, like crop it in a different angle, I'll just make it a small clip. If I bring another clip in with, I can just copy the pre.
See, I always just end up I layer it. Obviously I put 2 on the timeline, and then I just
blow one up and make it.
No, I crop it.
Yeah. Oh, your top layer you crop.
I crop my camera layer, so you can see my face and my reactions.
Yeah.
I crop that.
Oh, that's right, because you leave yours. Yeah. I leave a little space sometimes. Like I'll make them smaller. I forgot you kind of center.
I usually cover the
You use
logo.
that 2/3 part of the screen.
Yeah, I usually will cover the logo with the camera, and I end up shrinking
Where's
it
your logo at?
on the top of the screen.
Oh yeah. Yep. And then you
Yeah.
put your
Yeah, I put the camera up top right there in the middle, and I
Yeah.
shrink it so it's actually smaller than it usually is on the screen, not blown up. So let's see the
it's
action.
like you're actually stretching your clip. I didn't realize, because instead of the height being 1080, now it's 1920. So make your clip that whole. You're actually blowing it up bigger than what it was.
Slightly,
I didn't
yeah.
fucking-
You're keeping the aspect ratio
Yeah,
though, so
but
that's
it's
what
like
makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So that's why I started doing them. Like, not that this will help. I'll try to.
I
Talk
saw
through it,
I saw what you meant about like your bottom bar and shit
blurry,
like that.
and
Yeah,
then I took another layer up for my camera cropping through. Yeah, some of them don't need it, but the GTA shit, not all the action is happening like in that thing, and the camera naturally like centers you off, so
See,
you're always in one.
I'll end
part.
up cutting it up and moving that layer as necessary. What I end
layer?
up doing. Well, like you said, it's not always centered. What's going on isn't
Yeah,
always
yeah.
centered.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll cut it up and then like it'll move it around and stuff like that if necessary. That's what's nicer about doing first person, like playing like Phasmophobia or something like that, or
yeah, because everything's fucking standard.
Yeah.
We're
I'm gonna
playing
have
that
some
this week.
Phasmophobia or Back for Blood. Good. We'll probably do both. I want to say both, but I don't know for sure. On my birthday, Tuesday birthday. I'll see who else is gonna be there. I think that'll depend. Because Phasmophobia is good fucking content. It's really good content. Because it's so like if we can do a full character episode like we did like that other shit.
Yeah.
And I still have to edit that. There's more Phasmophobia stuff coming. That was just one ghost hunt. We did at least 2, maybe 3 ghost hunts as a and Buckshot. That fucking
Who else was in there?
And Jackknife was there too.
Oh.
But if I can get Jackknife and Buckshot again, then we'll for sure.
They sound so alike.
I can tell the difference, but I've also been listening. I've been listening to Ryan do that fucking axe. That's also why I did the editing the way that I did.
Chopped it to his face.
Yes, and so when he's talking, you can see him talking. That way you know, and then you can hear Ryan in the background through all of it.
Yeah, he's just laughing a lot.
He says so much ridiculous shit and talks about.
He did say some crazy shit.
He says a bunch of ridiculous shit.
He might be the best out of all of us at just saying some absolutely
random fucking shit. Yeah, dude. It's so funny. He just fucking talk about Lynn, that fucking who lost his virginity to or something like that. When he fucking talks about his perfect date, and he talks about in the fucking dating on demand, he talks about piggybacking on large willing women. He talks about like riding fucking women like horses, like him and his date riding large women like horses on the beach or some shit.
Him like and that. His date.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing is we get a couple large willing women piggyback on
the rhinos in Wakanda. Yeah. All right, I'm with it.
That's like, dude. He says
that sounds like a good date.
He says shit. He's really good at giving you the ability to visualize what he's. And usually it gives you a really fucking stupid image.
That's all right. Most of my mental images are dumb as fucking.
And that's definitely one of the things that he's good at. Goose is good at responding.
Goose is good at taking a fucking beat. And then just coming back with like a nice, like solid 1 or 2 combo.
Or he'll say something like his responses are always so fucking random. Like I hope one of these ghosts eats your mustache. Like, what?
Eat my ass.
Dude, how the fuck TikTok, what the fuck is wrong with you? That we talked about curved penis, and it was literally like the word penis. It wasn't even that vulgar in retrospect. Yeah. But just,
do you think it was maybe the end of it where I said something about Peter Pan?
You think Disney's got that much?
No, it's not though, because it actually said no, but just it was kind of like
YouTube didn't give a fuck. YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it pissed me off when they did. I'm pretty sure they actually said the word penis was the reason for it.
Which is crazy because I guarantee you, if we just You know what we should do? We should redo that and voice over penis every time, just be like dicks.
Yeah, we could. I think you could actually do it through the app.
And see if it works.
All right, I'm done.
See if they accept it, replacing the word.
Maybe we'll do that. I can't do anything on here right now, but
Yeah,
that'll be a fun.
that's ridiculous that they fucking muted that clip though. They're like, no dicks, no penis, no.
Don't even
no
say penis.
Yeah.
No penis. Sorry, did you say penis? No.
Penis?
Violation.
We've gotten to a point where the actual fucking terminology is more vulgar than the
2PC.
slang.
2PC.
It's 2PC.
We have limits, motherfuckers.
The fucking, I mean, all the TikTok shit is so hard for me to figure out too. I have trouble with the whole form. That's why I was like, you take care of that. I'll send you.
If we
some
could
clips.
dance, we'd be fucking killing it. If you could dance, we'd be killing it. I can dance.
I mean, I can, but I don't want to.
If you had the shameless ability to dance in front of anyone like I do, even though I'm not that great.
I mean, I'd be doing it when I'm in character. The problem is that it's not just dancing. You got to do TikTok dance. So it's like I not only have to I have to take the time to learn the dance, and for me and all this shit that I've got going on, that's a waste of my fucking time. Yeah, like that's like
it's like circle, circle, swoosh, circle, circle, swoosh.
Yeah, with all the shit that I've got going on,
you don't want to learn how to get sturdy.
Sitting there and learning how to do fucking dances for TikTok is a waste of my fucking time.
It's mental. It's gonna make you sharper because you'll be more physically active. Because you'll be standing on one foot doing this thing, and your arms going back and forth like you're skiing. I'm telling you, it's gonna make you mentally sharper. It'll make your brain. It unlocks these chemicals.
No.
Dude, John Tesh told me. I was listening to the radio.
John
Tesh. Fucking, what's it called, man? Something for your life. Knowledge for your life, brother. And my life has benefited from that knowledge. I've been doing TikTok.
I know you are. I was just going to see how long you could take it. You fucking didn't make it that far. I was like, all right, we're going to sit this one out, and we're going to see how far he can run with this. You cut off pretty quick.
You know, you got to, like, speaking of John Tesh, he also taught me about investments. I saw it right there, like, nah, I don't want to put all my eggs in this basket.
We got to do the Mad Money.
Mad Money.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all about Mad Money.
Bet.
I've listened to so much fucking John Tesh.
John Tesh is
the knowledge for your life, brother.
John Tesh is a penis.
I told my dad I was listening to John Tesh, and he was like, I don't know. He's like,
why
the fuck are you listening to that dude?
I'm pretty sure he's a penis.
He's a penis?
He's a penis.
So we can't talk about him on TikTok then. John Tesh. Intelligence for your life. That's what
he is a penis.
Yeah, he's a giant. Oh, he's a pianist. Dude. What's the NBA thing? He did the NBA song. NBA on NBC.
Did he?
Yes.
Why does he look more like a newscaster?
Wasn't he a newscaster on a show?
That man can take a punch. Look at that jaw.
Hell yeah, he's all jaw.
All jaw. Looks back on his legendary.
How did the NBA and NBC? I got Entertainment Tonight in my brain. I think he did that too.
Yeah, he did NBA on NBC. Damn it. I'm trying to think of it, and the only thing I can think of that that's trying to recall it is fucking that Dreamcast game, Hang Time. They had NBA.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't.
Yeah, no. They'll cut us. Damn. He was a sportscaster. What the fuck? What can John Tesh not do? He was a news anchor. Okay, that's why he looks like a fucking news anchor.
He was on Entertainment Tonight. He hosted.
Okay, I didn't watch Entertainment Tonight.
Really? I felt like it was such a big thing. Like in the 90s, everybody watched Entertainment Tonight.
No, what was the big thing in the 90s was fucking hard copy. You remember hard copy?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, hard copy.
Who hosted hard copy?
I don't know who hosted hard copy, but I don't have any knowledge of hard
Bill
copy.
O'Reilly on hard copy originally?
I just know that my mom watched the shit out of some hard copy.
Hard copy was like Entertainment Tonight, but not about
hard copy. Because I remember the text. It was like they had the
yellow shit.
Well, I thought that the intro featured like a thing that was like a typewriter roll. It was punching in the letters for hard copy.
Maybe you're right, but Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Didn't they?
The Unsolved Mysteries would
one up like that. Like Typewriter?
Hard copy.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah, you probably want
but
to include
into soft copy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like news headlines. No, though, that's very typewriter-esque.
Not
That's
quite
how you get the typewriter. Typewriter or typewriter?
hyper
Typewriter. I
typewriter.
think this is a.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get there. This is just the end of whatever the fuck.
Wasn't hard copy a news show?
Yeah,
This is like.
there's more hard copy.
Hard copy.
So
Hey, do you got my hard copy?
we
Hey,
went to
buddy.
we went to Chicago this weekend, right? And I, I was making jokes the whole time because anytime you're in a city, there's like tons of statues, all white people.
Chicago?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
statues. Like I just realized, like, damn, white
Most
people statues
gentrified
everywhere.
city in the
It's so
fucking
fucking
world.
funny because I was just pointing it out to.
Yeah.
That's not what.
Might be on.
I don't think it's Unsolved Mysteries. I've watched that recently because it's on. Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries was on fucking Amazon Prime. I was watching it for a
No,
while.
you're right. You're right. Because that's how written like it was up against.
Look at that logo.
Yeah, bro.
That logo is fire.
Do you know what it's like supposed to represent?
Unsolved Mystery.
The mugshot. It's like the wall that you take your mugshot.
See, I looked at it and I was like, music.
Sure.
Looks like a music.
It had fire ass theme song. I don't remember how it went, but the unsolved.
Yeah, I remember that one sticks out in my head. I can hear that one in my head.
What about X-Files? Can you hear that in your head?
Of course, everybody can, and I didn't even watch that fucking show.
Scared me. That shit fucking.
Did it?
Yeah, dude.
I don't remember seeing too much X-Files that scared me.
The first few, I remember like being really excited to watch it with my parents when it came out, and I didn't.
That's not my mom's shit, so I don't think I watched too much X-Files just at the time. Because
I watched it when the Liquid Terminator was. It was good.
Patrick, something.
Damn, what's the show? It's like the typewriter come up and it.
You know what I'm wondering? If it's fucking MTV News.
Was that like weird thing to it?
Fucking Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder. What was the other guy's name?
Loder.
What's the other guy's name?
He's still around doing shit.
Not Brian.
The other guy, the non-Kurt Loder. I've seen him on like Dateline and shit.
What was his name? Yeah, he did like and then the other dude does like NBA shit.
Kurt Loder?
No. There was 3 of them.
Who's the original 3?
Oh, look it up. I don't, man. We gotta get my dad on here. All right, tell us all this shit you know about 90s pop culture.
MTV.
What was his fucking name? Dan. I want to say it's Dan.
Chris Conley.
That guy does ESPN shit. That's what I was. There's still one other dude.
Who?
Not Chris Conley. He's like on something maybe. Either John or Dan.
List of current and former MTV News correspondents. Here's the whole fucking thing. Play.
John Norris.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he's 62.
That
could, and it's him. Glad, yeah.
He looked like.
Oh
yeah, okay,
that's
that's
the third dude I was thinking.
The fucking, he looks like Please Brother from
Red
Hot
like
Chili Pepper
every
song.
Red Hot Chili Pepper all in one.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't remember him as much. I instantly thought of Chris Conley and Kurt Loder.
And he was like the third dude. He was more like a correspondent person out in the street.
Jays. Have I ever showed you? Oh,
this was such a fun time, bro. The VJs. This was just such a. I remember like really wanting to be a part of the, the workplace culture.
About to watch. I made a good display window last time for screen capture.
Yeah, baby.
We're about to watch something. I did. Find it.
think they took your spoilers down. I'm gonna end with Effer writing the P word.
No, this is interesting.
Young people report Hispanic heritage. The best of Turd Ferguson.
This is great. I don't know if I've ever showed you this before, but
is coming to you from Duck Key here at Hawks Cave Resort. And right now it's time once again for Stupid Human Trick of the Day.
Right,
and
now
we've got
Bill Bellamy here, and I got my man Andre. He's supposed to be
Andre
one of
the
the
magician.
hypest, smoothest magicians
That's
in the
my
key.
dad.
No way.
That's my dad.
No way. When they said Andre and I looked at him, I'm like, whoa, I know this dude. I've never actually seen that.
With
Hey,
Bill
you
Bellamy
ready?
and Daisy Fuentes.
That
Human
is
trick of the
crazy.
day, Andre
Daisy
the
forgot to
magician. Go
introduce
ahead.
Bill, and he was kind of hot about
Watch
it
this
too.
terrible fucking magic trick though.
2, 3.
How'd you do that?
Magic.
That was pretty good. How'd you do that? I didn't see it.
A lot of dedication.
Oh my god, and you made it go on his hand?
Yeah, it's a brother thing. You understand?
That was really good.
Pass.
Hey, there was nothing stupid about that.
Damn,
Wait a
Bill
minute,
Bellamy's a
hold
little
on.
taller than I thought. Now I have a frame of
What's up with
reference
that,
for
man?
Bill Bellamy's height.
What's up with
How
you?
tall is your dad?
What's up with you?
Taller than you?
What's up with you?
No. He's
Oh,
like
no,
the
he's
same
on a
height.
singing
You
streak.
see this?
He's on a singing streak. Before he actually finishes the song, here's a video.
No, what's up with you? How'd you do that?
Magic.
Fool Daisy like that. Daisy, he threw it on the ground.
He did not.
He
He
just
did not.
He's the
Damn.
worst magician in the keys I've ever seen.
That's fucking fresh.
Yeah. So that seemed relevant, but yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
we gotta
damn.
get them both on.
I was like, I don't think I've showed you this before, but my dad was on MTV.
You told me
once.
about that. You told me. I've never seen the video though.
I didn't. I just recently found out that the video clip existed. I mean, I knew it existed, but I mean, I just found out that it was on YouTube recently. That my uncle put it on YouTube with a bunch of other shit. So I had no idea. Like, I hadn't seen it in years.
Is that was on your uncle's dad's brother's YouTube account?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And that was fucking straight up like recorded off of TV with the VHS
I was
tape.
gonna say, have beer very like my dad converted all those VHS things. It
Yeah.
looked just like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Was a VHS tape converted. And
Do you
then,
remember how I looked you up because I didn't want to ask you your birthdays? All that shit. Find out what your birthday was.
and you
It
didn't
asked
get it
if
right.
you were related to that dude, and I was like, probably. That's funny.
Yeah, that shit is fucking ridiculous. That
That's
was
fucking
classic
funny.
MTV though, like
Yeah.
standing around with the VJs. What was your favorite like old MTV show? Doesn't have to have
Like,
been
Spring
music
Break
related,
was
but
super
like
fucking
Spring Break
cool.
was always cool.
Not TV show. There used to be these little skits though. It was Donald Logue. He was driving a
Donald
cab.
Logue is so underrated.
Do you remember the cab driver thing?
Uh-uh.
He'd be in like a cab,
I don't remember
and
that at
people
all.
would like get in, and he'd just like say like crazy things, like Alanis Morissette sat back there last week,
Oh, that does sound familiar.
and like stupid. I don't know if he ever said
that
that.
does sound
And
familiar.
he'd like smoke cigarettes. He had like Chet Hagelin glasses on.
I'm gonna have to look that up because that feels familiar now that you
Those were
describe
super
it.
cool.
I didn't realize that was Donald Logue.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm always fucking singing that guy's praises.
Then Real World, probably like the first 2 or 3.
Real
When
World. See,
Pedro-
I was more. I don't think I was quite old enough to get into the Real World because I didn't give a shit about it. I liked Road Rules.
I didn't like the first season. Well, it was before Road Rules.
It was, yeah, but I liked Road
'Cause-
Road Rules was the thing I ended up getting into.
Road Rules was my shit though.
Road
like I
Rules
liked
was-
Real World, but I was kind of the same way. I'm like, this is like fucking heavy, man.
Well,
and
I
then
just
Road
didn't.
Rules came out,
Like
and I'm
I
like-
had. I couldn't. Like I was too young to relate. Like they're partying
Pedro
and
had
shit.
AIDS.
and-
I was like, I remember being little and I heard about AIDS, and for some reason, it was like coronaviruses now. But like, we thought it was really like coronavirus.
we
Like,
thought everybody
don't
could.
breathe on me. Have you been having homosexual sex? Don't breathe on me, brother.
And fucking my favorite shit was actually Say What Karaoke.
That was really good too.
Say
Wow,
What
I ain't thought about that
Karaoke.
in forever.
Say What Karaoke was always so fun to watch.
Yep.
I liked Singled Out as a kid.
And that's late MTV. Not late MTV. That's like when they figured out how to make good programming,
Yeah.
but like right before it all was just like fucking shit.
They were still trying to figure it out when Singled Out
was
Singled
fire.
Out was fun. That was like old Jenny McCarthy.
Yep.
She was on that one.
Wasn't there another? Was Next? on MTV?
Next was, yeah, dude. Holy fuck. Have you watched any of those clips?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah, they're really
that was
mean.
like that was like I had stopped watching MTV at that time. That was late MTV for me.
That was like the end of it.
But now, going back and watching that shit now is like, holy fuck, dude.
I can't believe we like
so
that
brutal.
And it was brutal and it was just awful.
It was
It's
absolutely
like really shitty
awful.
things they did to people.
It was fucking terrible. Dude, motherfuckers getting off the bus and next.
Yep.
Not that fucking
Yep.
guy. You look like shit. Like that. That
Man,
shit
what
was
else?
brutal.
Who was the host of Singled Out? Jenny McCarthy was the co-host.
Yeah, but I don't remember who the host.
Dan Cortez. Chris Hardwick. That's who it was.
It was Chris Hardwick?
It was Chris Hardwick. Yep.
It was Chris Hardwick.
Yep.
Damn, he's one of those guys that just like coasted along being in the background of lots of shit his
Lots
whole
of
career.
shit. Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah. Yeah, look at him in front of the
Look at
fucking
him.
board.
Oh, with the fucking hair.
Yep. And I had the Chris Hardwick hair. I needed it.
You had the Chris Hardwick hair?
Well, I wanted it. It wasn't quite like. Definitely. It was styled like that for.
The Boy Meets World hair? Damn.
Yes. I was more like the kids from Home Improvement hair.
Oh, the Brad from Home Improvement.
Yeah, I really want the Brad look.
Oh, man. That's
Yeah.
like the worst. Like, that's never coming back.
I feel like somebody has it right.
Like, lots of hairstyles, like, come back around, but I don't know if that's coming back.
Jake Hager had it, or what was his name? Jack Swagger. He
Oh.
had that haircut for a minute.
Fuck that guy. He's the worst, dude.
Have you watched? You watched last night?
Oh, I didn't get to watch last night.
I haven't watched it in a while.
I watched it. I watched from the hotel room when I watched the 6-man tag.
You like that? You don't like those big matches.
I
like big matches.
liked.
They do them so.
I
well.
just wanted to see Junior Dos Santos wrestle.
Oh yeah, that match. Yeah,
that
yeah.
one. No, I said 6 is like the top for me. Like any more
Yeah,
than
yeah.
6, and not in like it's got like 6-man tag. I like, but like when it's like
Yeah, no, I don't. Nobody likes those fucking 10-man fucking battle royals. Those
not
are
even just the
dumb.
battle royal, but when there's there's dudes fighting on the outside, there's dudes fighting in the ring. You can't you're not seeing it all. You can't
Right.
You can't see it all.
WCW War Games. Ross said about it.
What did he say about it?
Just like it's everything. What the fuck is going on? Like there's fighting over here. He's like, frankly, it's tough to call.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
Shivani
no,
was like, yeah, it kind of is.
that makes perfect sense. It would be really fucking tough.
And if you get a chance, watch a Dark Order like 10-man match, tag match. They're so fire, bro.
I've never gotten into the Dark Order like that either.
Me neither. I don't
need to
even
watch
like
them more. I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe it's just because I didn't see the Dark Order
with Brody.
with Brody.
That's how I feel.
And
too.
when I see clips of the Dark Order with Brody, I'm like, fuck, that guy was so good.
yeah, it
like,
looks
that guy was
entertaining. I
so
wish I knew
good.
what happened because
Yeah.
I get it why they're so over, but you know
They've been kind of They've just kind of
they don't have a weakness that they need to get better at.
They
You know what I
do.
mean?
That's why they make them
They
fight
do.
all the time. That's why
Man,
they make
they're-
them fucking
They
infight all
got to
the time.
figure something out. One of those dudes just needs to step up. That one dude with the numbers on his chest.
Yeah,
He's nice. I don't know if he can work the mic, but he can fucking wrestle, bro.
dude. Everybody there's very
No,
few
Dark Uno
people in
can't
AEW that can't go. There's like people,
Dark Uno. That's the only one I can think of. That
Yeah.
is still very few, but man. Ugh.
but yeah, like most of the people in AEW can fucking go. Like that's the one thing that they don't have problems with. I think,
Right.
and obviously it's a preference thing if you don't like that style because lots of people consider it quote unquote spot fest. But that's my shit.
That's
You know,
what
like-
wrestling should be. God damn it, bunch
But,
of
dude,
spots.
for real. Like what they'll bitch about it being a total spot fest and then sing the praises of like Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell, which is a spot fest. Like
and
it's
and
you know
they have the audacity to say, "Here, face me, real." This is the thing that drives me fucking crazy in
Huh.
wrestling right now. You do it to me.
oh I
Like,
like
bro,
that shit.
who-
I
you
like that shit.
this shit.
It's strong style though. That
I
shit
get
is
strong
actually
style,
like
but
knowing
the whole
that-
damn match,
knowing
doing
that shit actually hurts. Like that's the thing for me is like, dude, they're like is the concept that it's like watching the fucking slap shit where they just stand across the table and slap each other.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. We're like, fuck, man.
But they have no other choice but to slap each other.
Yeah.
In wrestling, it's like, holy fuck, what's his name?
That and
Suzuki?
yeah, I was gonna say that, and you're talking about a guy that's still doing that at his age, and I've got so much respect for that guy, and the fact that he's even fucking
spice it up though. They literally hit each other 40 times. The match was super good.
But at the
Did you
same
watch
time,
that?
like yeah. But if you watch, of course, I watched that.
That was good.
I was hyped for that. But if you also watch like fucking Ilya Dragunov versus Walter, that's the same shit, but they're just chopping the fuck out of each other. And it's the same type of thing where you're just like, oh my god! Like I like if it looks like it fucking hurts, I like it.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel that.
You know, like I
It's
think
just, I don't know. It's like the way we talk about editing, where it's like, could we get to the next? You know what I mean? My eyes weren't closed. I was just waiting for my eyes weren't closed. I was just waiting for something other than fucking elbows to the collarbone.
yeah, I guess it's a fucking, it's really a preference thing there. That's a style preference because that's a style of wrestling more so than it is like just those guys matches.
Maybe that's why it was
anything.
so, because it's such a contrast to a lot of the other stuff. When those dudes come on and start doing that, I'm like Moxley. I like Moxley, but he's really into strong style too. I don't give a fuck, brother.
Yeah, dude.
Like, just kick people's ass.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's definitely a preference because I like the other shit, but I know that that shit looks super fake. You know, like any of the you know, like that shit is way not rooted in reality. And something about there being guys in there that can actually fuck you up looking like they're hitting each other hard, because Suzuki can actually fuck you up. Like he's actual, you know, like he's got like a 30-something and 20 mixed martial arts record. He's got like 50.
How old is he? He's like 62.
He's almost 60 or something like that.
His hair looks phenomenal every time.
His still looks scary too.
His body does not look like Ric Flair looked 62 when he was 40.
Yeah.
So his body still looks solid.
I'm gonna get shit for this, but I never understood Ric Flair. I go back, like his promos are fucking money. But
sometimes
I mean I love watching his promos. I love watching. Yeah,
they're good, but they're the same thing for the last 30 years.
But I like when you hear people talk about the greatest workers of all time, and Ric Flair is always in that list, and I never understood it.
Do you know his physical limitations?
Yeah.
Do you know about the plane crash?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that until the other day.
Oh yeah, I knew about that. But still, it's like, even when I was like, I don't get the heel, please don't hurt me spots. I never liked those. No, hold on a second spot. Like that shit never did it for me. That's a big part of his shtick.
Yeah, well, it was like the payoff. That's kind of the setup.
Yeah, and then
part of it.
I mean, there's the fucking Flair bump off the top rope. I think is always a cool thing. I think that's especially for
Flair's going up top. Woo! Flair's going up top.
You already know he's getting thrown off. Yeah, he's getting thrown off. Woo!
What if he gets whipped into the corner?
Big J gave us a good woo here.
I know. That's Big J. Big J go blue.
You mean like the front bump?
What happens if Ric Flair gets Irish whipped into the turnbuckle?
He's going face first.
Face first.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
That's the thing, is that he's got his spots, but his matches were all the same.
All the same.
You know, like they all felt the same. So that's why there was such a sameness to any match I ever saw him in, where there's a difference between. I think that there's an issue with there being a sameness to the matches in terms of the bumps specifically, because there's always going to be a sameness to a wrestler's move set.
Yeah.
So, like, there's nothing wrong with the fucking, with the figure 4 leg lock or anything like that.
No, nothing at all. It's a great
It's
move.
not, his offensive move set is not a complaint that I have.
Right.
It's that you were always going to see the same couple of bumps in every single one of his matches. Yep. You're always going to see him do the thing where he drops to his knees and shakes his head and tries to go for a low blow.
I fucking hate that one.
Yeah, like that's even in fucking WCW versus NWO. Yep, and then he does the low blow shit. That was never for me. The chops. I think it's funny that I found out recently that during his match with Undertaker won't take chops.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's got a really bruisable chest.
Undertaker won't take chops, and even in his match with Ric Flair, Ric Flair was limited to 2 chops. He was only allowed to chop the Undertaker twice.
I already am kind of growing on a dislike campaign of him. Undertaker, but that really
I'm really good at separating the man from the work. I've always been good at that in general. Whether you like now that Undertaker is not Undertaker anymore, and I realize he's a fucking white trash douchebag.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't discount a lot of the shit that I liked. But I didn't
Oh
like.
yeah, no, I'm not taking nothing away from him. But
Yeah, but
it's I'm taking away. I don't like that motherfucker.
for one, he is the Roy Jones Jr. of fucking pro wrestling. He stuck around way too long and crushed his own legacy by staying around as long as he did.
An NBA player did that too. Karl Malone.
Yeah, but some of them do the opposite though. Like I feel like Vince Carter has done nothing but improve his legacy by diversifying his game over the years.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, that guy's a legend. He might have played like 20-something years, but at the end, he was not playing on championship team. He was using his thing to like teach other kids.
He was
how to
getting
play.
other people over.
Yeah, exactly. That's
not only that, but if you look at his skill set and how it changed, like he learned how to shoot threes. He learned how to shoot them well.
He learned how to shoot them balanced. He could shoot them when he was younger, but he had like this one-legged release.
Just in terms of the numbers, like if you look at he was a way better shooter from range later in his career.
More proficient and efficient.
Yeah, exactly.
But he wasn't driving the lane either.
Yeah, so he's definitely he couldn't. He's not one of those guys.
He transitioned so well. He went from a fucking what do they call that? A penetrator to a catch and shoot dude.
See, I didn't think about that as something that happens in team sport.
What?
Crushing your legacy by sticking around too long. Like that's something that happens in combat sports.
Did it too.
I guess like for me, like I don't have basketball as much of a frame of reference.
Yeah.
But I've never looked at like a quarterback that like Peyton Manning didn't fuck up his legacy, even though he probably stuck around too long. Now, lots of people will argue that he didn't stick around too long because he won the Super Bowl and got to go out with that.
He won the Super Bowl, but
he didn't win the Super Bowl. He got carried through the Super Bowl.
He was just a serviceable
numbers
quarterback.
Were terrible. Yeah. His numbers were terrible.
What about Phillip Rivers going to the Colts? Was that too long?
No, that's the thing. Like that's the thing is like it's hard for me to like football. Like when I look at guys in football, they're never remembered for their end of their career. It seems like they're always remembered for the body of work. I don't think Emmett.
Because he hung around to get the record.
Yeah, I think that's his whole. Well, you could say the same thing about Jerry Rice, but the bottom line is people are always going to say best wide receiver of all time. 90% of people are going to say Jerry Rice, and it doesn't matter that he hung along longer than Emmitt Smith, I believe.
He was still decent though when he was on the Raiders and his hairline was back here.
But he hung around after that for some years.
He was good on the Seahawks for 1 year.
Yeah, but that's
as a third receiver.
Yeah. So like that, I think that if you're looking at a guy like Karl Malone, you'd have to look at a guy like compare it to Jerry Rice.
Yeah, I would.
And you'd have to say that Jerry, but I don't see Jerry Rice or Emmitt Smith as having throttled their legacy by sticking around too long. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is because in combat sports or in wrestling, there's so individual, and a lot of that is mystique.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So once that mystique goes, you're struggling with the fact that how much of your career was you in your prime, and how much of it was people watching you get knocked the fuck out.
Right.
Like for one of my all-time favorite mixed martial artists was BJ Penn. BJ Penn in his prime was a monster. Yeah. He was one of the best pound for pound fighters ever.
Yeah.
And if there's no way that you can look at BJ Penn and not think about the fact that the end of his career was like he holds the longest losing streak in history.
Did it end that bad?
It ended so bad that his career didn't end on a fight in the cage. It ended on a fight outside of the cage. He was training for another fucking comeback fight that nobody wanted to see. The UFC was going to give it to him. He got knocked flat out by a fucking random at the bar in the street.
Thanks.
And they were like, "Yeah, no, you're good. You're done. You're done." Like that was it. His fucking legacy is that he hung on for too long, and he went from one of the most feared fighters to a laughingstock.
Damn.
And then when you hang on too long in combat sports, I think that you lose so much of that mystique that when you're on top and you beat everybody and that starts to go away.
Yeah. Like
Well-
rap. That's just kind of sounds like rap when they hang on too long. Some people do good, but a lot of times
The problem
like,
the problem with that is it's not like I mean that's like less so because it's preference. So much of that is subjective. Rap, you know, so much of that is subjective.
It's less. Yeah, you're right there.
You know, when someone
it's
is
like
when
that
someone
album
is
sucks,
fucking
and everybody's
when
like,
someone
yeah.
is fucking knocked out in the ring, staring up at the lights.
Yeah, definitive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like,
definitive.
damn, you're
Yeah.
watching your hero
Yeah.
like laid the fuck
Yeah,
out. Like
no
that's
subjectivity in
yeah. That's like it's you know, and that's the way that it was for the Undertaker. Watching him struggle through short matches.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like watching him struggle through those awful fucking matches where and
So
that's
it's
the
like
other thing.
Smash Mouth lead singer.
That's the other thing is also you got the fact that you can do that if you are committed to doing that.
What,
He was
committed to get taken L's.
no, like you can go for that long if you are committed to doing that.
Oh, the put in the work to be physically ready.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
And the
not.
Undertaker was not interested in putting in the physical
Wasn't there a
work.
part that he was healing too? Like one of those matches, he came back kind of fat because he couldn't heal. He was like
Dude,
healing.
the
he
whole
couldn't
end
work.
of his career, he looked fat.
He looked decent on that when he did fought the guy with the stupid haircut, like the lead
Which
singer
one?
of like a teen band, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Dude, AJ Styles. Listen to me. AJ Styles, you're one of the greatest of all time. Get rid of the hair and get rid of the facial hair.
Get rid of your personality too.
The fucking like he's ridiculous
The
in the
facial
ring.
hair works if he is really good in the ring.
He's
Facial hair works if he gets rid of that.
The facial hair looks like
Doesn't he have like a Buff Bagwell
dude,
kind of line thing?
dude, I don't know what it is. It's the texture of his facial hair. It looks like turf, okay? It looks like fucking turf. It looks like fake grass. It's fucking weird. It looks like it's painted on.
I
like
fucking hate that guy. I actually, I'm just kidding. I'm just.
AJ Styles is fucking great. And the fact that he's getting a guy over right now that can't fucking wrestle for
Yeah.
shit just is a testament to how good he is. But that fucking hair, every time I see that hair, I'm like, no.
Isn't he friends with the? He is friends with the. He was in the Bullet Club.
Yeah, he was in the Bullet Club.
I don't know. It's something about him. It's got to be the hair.
It's got.
Because I liked him when he was in TNA and he had the little short. Shit.
He looked back. Yeah,
That was dumb haircut.
I
too,
didn't.
but
See,
liked
I didn't
it.
watch any TNA back in the day. The only TNA match I ever watched
I don't.
back in the day was Sting versus Jeff Hardy.
I didn't
Because
see
that was such a debacle that I heard about it the next day, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I've been like researching Impact because I remember like it being a thing, and I remember I heard Jeff Jarrett was on it. Oh,
Yeah, once.
Never
Yeah, that was.
fucking
Yeah,
watched
that
it.
was. I didn't need to watch
but I've
any.
been catching up on. That was awful. Like, why would they even let him go out to the ring, bro?
Well,
That's fucked up.
yeah, and they fucking tried to. Dude, Jeff Jarrett's problem was he was always so much fucking. He always thought he was so much more important than he
Oh,
was.
I fucking hate Jeff.
I
Jarrett.
never liked his working style. I used to think that I liked Jeff Jarrett, but it was just the country music gimmick. And more so than that, it was him with Tennessee Lee specifically. He was more shit in WCW than Tennessee Lee was like it lasted for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jeff Jarrett signed his death warrant with me when he did his crap shit.
I
Remember that?
loved that shit. I
Like,
love,
it
but
pissed
that
me
wasn't
off.
that wasn't Jeff Jarrett, was it?
Yeah.
Was he in that?
Yeah, can't spell crap without rap. He
Yeah,
made a whole
but-
song.
Yeah, no, but that was Mr. Perfect.
It.
Yeah.
I think you might be right.
I was
What was
Mr.
Jeff
Perfect.
Jarrett's? Jeff Jarrett had a thing though. He definitely had a country or rap thing. Like,
He
fist of rap.
probably did. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't. I just
When did
remember
Mr.
the
Perfect do it? Did he do
because
it
I
with
remember
WWE?
it was WCW because they
Then it
brought
might have
in
been him.
they had I'm fairly positive they had him feuding with the No Limit Soldiers. Master P for like
Yeah.
for a second.
See, type in can't spell rap or crap, whatever. Crap is rap, rap is. I thought that was.
Kurt Hennig and the
Yeah.
West Texas Rednecks.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember that being Mr.
So
Perfect.
what did Jeff Jarrett's fucking t-shirt say then? Because he had a t-shirt that I just remember I fucking hated it. It was like black, white letters, one word, one word, one.
Excellent in the ring, but never liked a single AJ Styles personality, but only knew him in WWE. That's the thing, is like a lot of the cool shit that's happened didn't happen in the WWE. Like the Bullet Club was fucking cool as fuck.
That was all overseas.
Yeah, but that was all in Japan.
Yeah.
You know, that's what all those dudes got over to such an extent that the WWF
The Bullet
started
Club, I
grabbing
didn't
them
realize
up.
was like really, really kind of driven by the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Like all of that shit.
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Kenny
So is
Omega
that Don
is
Callis' son?
What, Kenny?
Yeah.
No.
They related?
No.
They look alike.
I don't think. Kenny, the sample size is limited because I have only recently got back into it. I've never seen a fucking, like, they call him the best bout machine for a goddamn reason,
bro.
dude.
You watched this shit in Japan.
Not really
Like
much
the
of it.
tag team partner he had over there, and they were like, rumors about him and shit.
No, I didn't. I didn't
Dude,
watch
it's
any of that
so
shit.
fucking good.
But when they call, like, he earned every fucking bit of that
he's the bomb.
nickname. Dude, any match he's in is fucking
He's the bomb.
great. Like, holy shit.
I had a kid at work who loved him, and he's the reason I kind of got back into this shit. He'd always be like, "Oh, this indie wrestling," and I'm like, "All right, tell me your favorites, and I'll go look them up." And this was the first dude. He was great.
It would stay over.
I think it's nephew. Hit control find and just F.
Yeah, no, it doesn't put a mention of him.
Interesting. I wonder why I thought that.
But
I thought Jericho like said it to him.
Like that fucking the Christian match, the fucking match with Brian.
Yeah. Did you see the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Lucha or Jurassic Express and Christian?
Yeah, yeah.
And they botched the powerbomb.
Yeah.
They do the YouTube show every week. That was what the episode was called, was powerbomb.
But yeah, every time I see him in the fucking ring,
He's great.
It's fucking crazy. And his fucking finishing move is so perfect.
No one's ever kicked out of it.
Yes, and you want to know why no one's ever kicked out of it?
Oh.
Because all of the
no.
drama comes from him fucking reversing it. It comes from people reversing it. You can reverse in so many interesting
What has he got
ways.
him up like?
The one-winged angel.
I know it ends with him holding one leg and like kind of.
It's almost like a
X-Factor
Michinoku driver.
Or a Mitch, yeah.
Which
But
I don't know
how
if
does
you're
he
still
hold him?
here, Big J, but the coolest fucking part about his finishing move, the one-winged angel, it's called that because it's a reference to Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. He even holds up the one hand like that because it's the one wing, because you see Sephiroth in the game has one wing like an angel. That is fucking cool as shit. He's such a nerd. He's such a video game nerd. But he's so fucking ridiculous like, it's crazy how good he is. I need to watch some of his old jab. What? No, that's not.
I swear I heard Don Callis is his uncle. But I just like have dreams about things.
That just can't be.
They're both Canadian.
The amount of fucking wrestling shit I watch on YouTube, there is no way that I would not have heard.
If it pops up that I'm crazy, I'm not knowing makes me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. The Golden Sheik. So there was the Iron Sheik, there was just regular Sheik. There was the Golden Sheik.
I didn't realize. Did you watch that fucking you watch the FMV or whatever episode, or the fucking
Yeah.
Dude, fucking listening to Sabu talk about that shit.
Is that the one where like the original died? Was
It wasn't the original dude. It was the dude that the company got passed to.
Yeah. That story was really fucked up.
That story was real fucked up. The shit they were doing was real fucked up.
I feel like there's parts of it they couldn't tell us.
I don't think that they would have not told us.
Man, my man, when he said my man died or whatever, talking about the dude, he like lights up a cigarette and you could just like everything in him. It was like, I don't know. I was like, man, there's something more that he is not.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say maybe. Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, him for sure. I mean, I was gonna say I don't think that the way you worded it, I thought you were saying like maybe they didn't show it or cut it out. But yeah, no,
that dude was.
There's a little bit of that with everybody in wrestling.
Yeah,
that's pro wrestling. It's the biggest bunch of fucking liars.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
they're all fucking liars.
Yeah,
all
it's the biggest fucking bunch of liars when you listen to them talk about shit. That's why, more so than any documentary that you ever watching Dark Side of the Ring, you get so much conflicting information.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of displaying that. Yeah. But no, I was going to say, at first I thought you were saying, like, I think maybe they cut it out of there. And I was like, dude, after the Grizzly Smith episode, I don't think they cut anything.
Those dudes are leaving it all on the table.
Yeah,
but, you know, you're right, though. It's like watching shoot interviews, and then you go watch an interview about whoever was getting talked about in the thing, responding. It's all fucking lies. All they do is it's like
the same dude will do 4 shoot interviews and give fucking 4 different answers half the time. Yeah. New Jack, that was part of that was like wondering always like, is that dude just the ultimate kayfabe master or what? Like, cause
I love New Jack.
I love New Jack too. He was crazy, but I was into New Jack right before he got that Dark Side episode. I started looking into Jack and stuff
you weren't into him when like in ECW?
I didn't get ECW until the end. Like, I didn't have any knowledge.
ECW?
No, not that. I was out of WWF before that. No, I didn't know. Like, ECW wasn't a thing to me until the video game came out. Otherwise, they just had crazy screaming.
Oh, that was like right at the end.
Well, they didn't have like I didn't know where to find that on TV. The only thing I knew of ECW was seeing the promos for the pay-per-view events. With their badass.
Where were you at in life? Where were you here?
I would have been here.
Did I have TNA? Or my grandma had the shit, that channel. TNN.
It wouldn't have been
TNN,
it wouldn't have been a channel that I cared. No, I would have skipped right past it and not noticed.
When I found out I was on TNN, I was like, whatever, dude.
What year was it on TNN? That will tell me what year.
I don't remember. I remember
2000. So by that point, point, life was skateboarding for me.
That makes sense. It was
by that point. 2000? Yeah, that was like 8th grade for me. I think.
Yeah, no, that was like peak fucking wrestling. 2000 was the final year.
2000 was my last year.
But it it was a huge buildup. I was super into it. Then I was
same, but that's because that was just other interests. I got in, like I said, I started getting more into watching the UFC, and I started getting into skateboarding because wrestling was starting to fall off by that point. Like I said, the last pay-per-view I remember watching with the homies was being over at Big J's house, and we ordered fucking, what was it, WrestleMania? I think it was where Brock Lesnar botched the shooting star press on Kurt Angle.
I know which time. I don't know when that.
Yeah, that was the last pay-per-view I remember seeing. And that was when I was old enough to finally be like, that was the first time I can consciously remember being like, man, it looked like he fucked that up. Like, that was like that was the first thing I remember happening where like, that didn't look like it was
really
supposed to happen.
Watch WCW.
No,
man, they botched all the fucking time.
Well, like I said, I got to watch all the good shit in WCW because once Raw came on, I switched over to Raw.
How many La Parka matches have you seen?
Enough to have loved La Parka.
He was great, but he would botch everything. Like he'd do a hurricanrana and just completely fall.
I don't really remember the matches so much. I just remember him coming out with the chairs and having the energy.
Yeah, he was great.
Like that was all I remember. Eddie. I remember Eddie.
Botched.
We ordered Mania like 3 years in a row. Yeah, we used to go over. We used to fucking have fake wrestling matches in fucking Big J's dog kennel because they had one of those big kennels that was like cage on 4 fucking sides or whatever. But yeah, we used to go over to his house and watch WrestleMania like that. Just always fun. I had to talk my mom into it because it's on Sunday night and it's a school night and shit, you know. Shit. Yeah. I remember hearing about Owen Hart the day after that happened, and like there were all these rumors that like I remember my cousin saying that like on his friend's pay-per-view cast, like they saw it before it cut out, which we all know that was, but those rumors were going around not just like 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 that was a fucking regular thing.
Wrestling fans are liars too.
Yeah. Wrestling fans are liars too, yeah. Yeah, he accidentally kicked me in the face.
In the match.
Yeah. We had some good times doing shit like that.
I only had one wrestling friend, you know who he was. Didn't like to be hit.
See, I was already wrestling like in school by then.
Yeah.
And the thing is my favorite shit was always the hardcore matches, which is funny because they aged so poorly.
Yeah.
Like anytime a hardcore match comes on when I'm rewatching old shit, I'm like, man, this is fucking
honestly,
terrible.
Those matches that happened in WWF after the hardcore revolution, like kind of after it all cooled down, those are really good. Those still are decent. But like cheese graters to the head, all that shit.
Well, they weren't really doing shit like that in WWF. The cheese graters.
No, but that preceded what WWF took and condensed into a good product.
And bless this man for doing it. Once Crash Holly won that fucking title and the 24/7 thing came in, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
When they turned, I mean, and yes, at that point they turned it into a comedy belt, but that shit was, all those bits were so good.
And
I loved all of
be
that.
Ultra violent still, like having that when they were wanting to
well,
pull it back.
Because it was also around the time they started having to pull it back was also because you had the Dudleys and had Edge and Christian, had Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy putting on those fucking bangers.
Yeah, crazy spot wrestling.
Yes, exactly. Once you had that shit happening, there was like, what, we're just gonna hit each other with a fucking like, look at what they're doing. Like, we can't, like, if you can't match that, then are you having a fucking great hardcore match? The level got fucking lifted to such a degree. Now, granted, I say that, but I'm always here for someone getting put through a table for whatever reason,
or glass that wasn't like going to break.
Oh my god! Oh, that match! I remember watching that one live too. We for sure watched that pay-per-view live also with Big J. I think that was King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't watch it with Big J. King of the Ring historically was in the summer, wasn't it? Because I think that I remember like King of the Ring was one of those ones I got to see more often because it happened during the summertime when I was in New York with my dad. And Dad would be more likely,
I thought you said he would order them too.
What, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like when we were in New York in the summer, I would get to see some of the like there were
okay.
Like this was not too. Nobody cares about that. They put it on TV. Yeah, it was always in June. So yeah, I got to see King of the Ring most of the time.
The King of the Ring. The King of the Ring this year is on TV.
Yeah.
It doesn't even, like, the matches don't lead to a pay-per-view.
Crown Jewel, finally. The last, before that, it wasn't like that. It was Crown Jewel's not a fucking.
Where do they go? They go to, like, or something?
They fucked up this booking. I heard people complaining about it, but it made perfect sense.
Why does it make sense?
They should have had Kofi go against. They should have had Kofi beat Jinder Mahal. And have Xavier Woods and Kofi have great babyface versus babyface match, and have Kofi put over Xavier and have a good like handshake,
Xavier's
hug it out type of thing. Bro. Dude, everybody in the New Day, is But as far as transcending wrestling, Xavier don't got to worry about shit. He's gonna have a career doing whatever the fuck he wants to do.
He's like super into cool shit too. Like, he knows about it.
He's in video games. You know, he's into video games. He does their streaming shit. You know, they're rebooting G4 TV, and he's gonna be on that.
Nice.
You know, like he's got a good enough personality, and he's a good enough host that when this shit, you know, when wrestling's over for him, he's gonna be good to go. Someone's gonna hire him. Yeah, but not like he doesn't have the same type of like stretching interest. Like he's not.
Actually, you might be surprised.
I was gonna say he doesn't have his hand in that in as many different things right now.
He did voicing. He was voice of Cannon Wolf. He was a voice in that Laser Wolf.
Yeah.
He was fucking
No,
great.
I just meant like he's not actively like Xavier Woods. Like I said, he's also in G4.
Yeah.
He does up, down, down. They're he does.
Man,
He, like, he,
what was
he,
doesn't
he
Big E
he's
do something?
actively doing so much other shit. He doesn't got time. He's the champ now.
Yeah, I swear he had like a side thing going.
I'm always, dude. It's always just if
But I thought Don Callis was
WWE's booking is so shitty that it's hard for me to get invested because it's like even with Big E being the champion, it's like how are they gonna fuck this up? It's like
Yeah.
I can't watch it without thinking how they're gonna fuck this up. Is it today? Are they gonna fuck it up today?
I didn't even want to watch him win the title. I was happy he got it. Very happy. Fucking awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
But
absolutely.
I don't really want to watch the matches. 'Cause
Well,
they're
I
just
don't
gonna
like.
put
I
him up
can't watch,
against-
dude. I can't watch any of that. Shit. I
No,
can't watch.
It's rough.
I can't watch.
37 camera cuts in 60 seconds.
Dude, hold on. This fucking. Let me pull up this tweet.
And had 12 camera cuts.
No, it's a recent.
Zoom! 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 Fucking camera cut! Camera cut! Camera cut!
What's that from? What's the video from? Or is he reacting to
He's
it?
reacting
Okay.
to it like he's pretending like he's the producer.
Yeah, okay.
He's pretending like he's backstage telling him how to do it. But that's gotta be what it's like, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Zoom! 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 Fucking camera cut! Camera cut! Camera cut! Do it! You gotta fuck do it!
Like,
You know what it
dude.
reminds me of?
Even like anytime I'm even trying to watch a clip of WWE, if it goes longer than a couple of minutes, or I can't watch it. Like I was trying to watch something that was like, oh, this was a great go home episode, and it was some shit going on between Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. And it was actually what was going on was actually kind of cool, where they're all arrested and they're all fighting with their hands behind their back, like kicking their way out of the cop cars and shit like that. What's happening is actually cool. And I'm like, damn, I kind of fuck with this. And it starts to go on for like 90 seconds, 2 minutes. I'm like, I can't do the camera work. I can't finish
Yeah.
watching this. And
Reminds
that
me of Real World, bro. That's how Real World used to cut their shit.
that by itself is so frustrating to want to enjoy something. And it's not like I'm like being like I'm not like picking it out and just being like, I can't fucking do this for show or just for like, it's like literally I'm watching it and I'm like, dude, I hate this. Like I can't watch this. And if they had just filmed it like it used to be filmed, I would probably still, even if I was disappointed in the storylines, be more inclined to watch that shit. But I cannot fucking watch that shit. How they figured out a way to make shit look flashy without giving people seizures. Like it's fucking ridiculous watching
real.
those camera cuts and those zooms and shit like
When was
that.
the last time you watched WWE?
I don't. I think it was Royal Rumble.
What happened there?
I watched the Royal Rumble because we did a watch along with Big J. So we all hung out in Discord and watched the Royal Rumble together. And I remember the whole time being thoroughly annoyed by the camera work, but the Women's Rumble was so fucking sick.
Oh, so that was January.
Yeah,
This year. Okay.
yeah. The Women's Rumble was so sick. I'm definitely a big fan of fucking... Lost her shit. She just lost her belt and all her gear
Bianca
on.
Belair.
No. Her too.
Ruby Riot.
No, she's in AEW now.
Ruby.
The one that looks like her though.
Superhero chick.
No, it's not. Chick that had that tag team with her for half a second.
Yeah, the tall leather chick. That chick's name's not Ruby.
Rhea.
Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
I fuck with her. I fuck
She's
with
cool.
her. She's got a good. She's like I remember I'd heard a lot about her in NXT. She wasn't fully on the main roster yet, I don't think, or was new on the main roster during the Royal Rumble this year. And they made her look good, like she, made it to the Final Four or whatever. She was in there, fucking monster. She was just like, and she looked good. She's playing the role well,
Right.
and the moveset's sick. I remember she fucking powerbombed someone on the apron. I hadn't watched wrestling long enough. in a long enough time that I didn't know that the power bomb on the apron was a fucking spot people were doing now.
Yeah.
When I saw someone get power bombed onto the apron, I was like, Jesus fuck, that looked brutal.
It was the fucking most dope move on the fucking No Mercy.
On the apron power bomb.
Power bomb was the shit.
But I don't remember ever seeing that shit back in the day, like for real, like in a match.
La Parka did it. It was
Yeah,
like
so
yeah,
like,
it was definitely a
just
thing.
said I.
It never really got used a lot though.
Yeah, it was never a big spot in a big
Yeah.
match that I.
I swear
recall.
someone did him a lot in W. But in the cruiserweight, like you like looking back, you go watch a cruiserweight match, you're like, oh, they're doing that shit.
It was way
They're
ahead of
doing
its
it, yeah,
time.
way fucking ahead
Dude,
of
it's
its
the
time.
same thing watching some of Owen Hart shit, dude.
Yeah.
They just reliving the war this week. The final Raw main event before it became Raw is War was the British Bulldog versus Owen Hart for the European title. Rest in peace, everything to do with that match.
Yeah, no doubt.
But Owen Hart does a spot where he does the leg bounce. You know how they do the leg bounce, fucking Hurricane Rana off the top rope. You know, they bounce on the top and it flips them. He did that shit and landed on his feet, and I was like, holy fuck, Owen, you were so ahead of your time.
Yeah, he was dope as fuck.
It's the same thing. Like, I think about that too, because I've been seeing it pop up more and more where people talk about, like, damn, it's a shame that Bret Hart isn't wrestling now, because he would be so much. It's like, I didn't like his promos or his shtick, but his in the ring work, when I watch it now and you see certain shit, it's like, holy fuck, dude.
How did he really slow pace?
He did, but some of the shit that he was able to do was so fucking nuts. Like, it was really ahead of its time. It's shit that like, dude, I remember just recently seeing a spot where I don't know if it's like a fucking Northern Light suplex or something like that he tried. That
Northern Lights is kind of like a fish
kind
suplex,
of, yeah.
like
I don't know
what,
but it's him and Shawn Michaels, and it's almost like actually it might have been it was a backdrop. He manages to rotate upside down in the air and turn the backdrop into a fucking sunset flip. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Easy. Like, it's literally like
he was doing the backdrop, or
no, like he's taking it and he reversed it.
Oh yeah, so he like flipped up,
flips up, and then rotates halfway, grabs him down at the dude.
So like slides down belly to back, grabs him and yanks him.
Yeah, he like so he's sliding face first down Sean's back, and just at like the timing with which, because that was the one thing I thought was like, how good do you have to be to feel out to know when to start moving that, because your head has to be perfectly in between their legs.
Flip or rotate as he was going back?
Yes, both. He did both at the same time. He's going backwards, like I feel like he's going backwards like this, and he rotates like this over the top.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then
slide down and
and then
over.
slides down. But it's all like it was crazy. I definitely couldn't find it now. Maybe I liked it. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky.
The spot sounds familiar because Bret was really good at like sunset flips and just pulling them into shit. That was such a good fucking spot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. That shit was funny as fuck too.
I didn't get it.
That's because Serena Deeb was part of the Straight Edge Society, and and Punk shaved her head in the fucking ring.
What?
Now she's in AEW, and she's doing good, and she's
Who is
got
she
a
in
full
A-
head of
is
hair.
she
She's
Serena
Serena
Deeb?
Deeb, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's it. He said he was on commentary.
Oh,
She's got a great head of hair, and it was he's so good at those little references.
He's kind of pervy sometimes. You notice that?
I haven't.
He's like, the last time I had a threesome, he's like, all I know is there's something about a threesome involved. Fuck CM Punk. But that picture of Macho Man and how he used to line his glasses up. I remember like thinking that was cool.
Bro, look at this shit. Look at this shit. This was live.
Fucking sick.
I was like, how? I was like, how did she do that? That was such a fucking cool shot. So it's a Twitch stream. I'll describe it for those listening. It's a Twitch stream. Her name is Demi. She's fucking hilarious. So is her boyfriend. They both have different streams. I found Tom Walker. I found her through Tom Walker. Tom Walker also has a stand-up special on Amazon. Fucking hilarious. It's a mime stand-up special. And it's so creative and it's so funny that it's fucking brilliant. Like, I've never seen a stand-up special like that. It's crazy. He does a whole like 45 minutes miming, and it's the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. But she walks next to herself, like a second Demi appears on screen, and then she swallows herself whole, and then sits down and just continues streaming like it never happened. It's funny because chat was just like, "Rip Demi 1."
Interesting. We play one more time because I feel like we could do something like that.
That's so fucking sick. I have no
I mean,
idea.
she just starts and finishes in almost the exact same position in the chair, so it could just be it's something as simple as hitting a stream deck button.
That shit
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
fucking tight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, that's fucking crazy.
What move was he?
Side suplex.
And that's another great innovator of wrestling, though. You know, he's
Shawn
a piece of
Michaels.
shit,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Shawn, yeah. A lot of the talk of Shawn ends up being about what a dick he was at the time, but
I like him, though. Now he
doing
talks about how he is or anything. Kind of like, not that I agree with it, but to hear that he sounds genuinely sorry for being.
well, he was on fucking drugs. You know,
Yeah.
and when you come through addiction, that's generally how
Yeah.
you're because so much of getting through addiction is
Finding Jesus.
not finding Jesus, but just being like, it's all just, this is my fault. It's all,
Yeah.
you can't get beyond addiction without acknowledging
Without a doubt.
what you've done. And so just getting through that, whether he did it with God or not, that shit, it puts you in that position. Damn, I could have done more. I could have been so much nicer. All of these things, like, so that's like natural thing that anybody comes through addiction that, you hear them talk about, man, I fucked up. I just watched the movies that made us on Aliens. And one of the main characters in Aliens was originally played by James Remar. And he got fucking arrested during the filming in England with a bunch of drugs on him and all kinds of shit. He got fired from the fucking movie.
Damn.
And a year later, he was totally clean and has been sober since. But he's talking about that part, and he's just like, yeah, man, I realized I made a huge fucking mistake. It was, like, anytime you hear somebody that's gotten sober, it's just all accountability.
Yeah.
Almost to a fucking fault.
Yeah.
Almost to a fault. We're like, okay, well, some of that shit wasn't your fault, but most of it was.
We're all victims of circumstance, though, so like, to take accountability is to remove that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing, is because circumstances, they definitely mean shit, but if you're having accountability, they don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you still realize that I had a chance to, I reacted. I did this, right?
Right.
However you look at it, because that was why obviously we talked about it, but that was why I quit smoking weed so much, which is fucking hard. I need to start talking about that more because the stigma has swung in the opposite direction so hard.
In the stigma of what?
The whole weed is not a drug thing. You can't get addicted. Weed doesn't fuck with people.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much where the stigma flew in the opposite direction. That's like there are people that fucking made fun of me for quitting weed. Like what? Like it's fuck. It's such. It's so far it's swung in the opposite direction that now weed is okay. It's great. It's fucking that people aren't willing to acknowledge the negatives.
Yeah, well, and addiction is just as much your fucking fault too as it is
addiction.
the thing.
Well, and not only addiction isn't just fucking physical addiction. If
it's
that's
like
the
mental
case,
habits.
if that's the case, there'd be no such thing as shopping addiction. There'd
Right.
Such thing as gambling addiction,
Gaming addiction,
gaming addiction,
masturbation addiction.
It's all about that fucking. It's all about dopamine, getting that fucking rush.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Wrestling addiction.
Wrestling addiction.
Eating food at 2 p.m. addiction compared to 2 a.m. addiction.
And why not both? Because I wake up with the most ridiculous, violent shit.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe just 2 p.m. eating.
Oh,
2 a.m. eating this, like me eating a bowl of cereal while I'm watching YouTube. I'm using that video to like light my dark room that I'm eating cereal in, and then I'm covered with pebbles and milk down my chest. And I know you think that sounds really attractive, and it is, but I go to bed like that.
I don't really snack like if I'm eating in the middle of the night like that.
But I'll go like from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. before I eat it.
Well, that's
So then
that's
I'm
like
like,
12 hours.
I'm so fucking hungry.
That's like fasting though. That's actually not that bad.
I don't know. The violent poops disagree.
Well, you're still gonna shit violently, dude. I fucking had a milkshake at like fucking 1 a.m. the other night in Chicago, and woke up in the morning. And I felt like the fucking bird from Scary Movie 2 that's just shitting violently up against the wall and screaming. It's like the most Braveheart ass shit ever.
She had like one of those fancy milkshakes.
No, it
Was it
wasn't even.
real
It was
milk?
from Baskin Robbins.
It was real milk.
It was so fucking funny because, like, I haven't had Baskin Robbins in forever, and
We don't have that anymore.
no, we don't. And Baskin Robbins is like 21 flavors is their
32.
thing. 32, 21, like whatever. And we're trying to order Baskin Robbins, and they're like 32, 21, nah, 7.
Oh, for real?
Like, nah,
Chocolate,
7.
vanilla,
They're
strawberry.
like they're out of this, they're out of this, they're out of this, they're out of this, and we're trying to order it from DoorDash. They cancel one order, then they accept another order, and then the dude gets there and he's like, "Nah, you gotta talk to him. You gotta talk to him. Tell him what you fucking have." Because they're just trying to cancel the order again.
Oh.
So what happened was our first DoorDasher went there and they were just like, "We're out of all of the shit," and he's like, "All right, whatever, I'm leaving." DoorDasher number 2 was like, "I'm getting the fucking money for this delivery. Tell them what you fucking have, and I'm bringing them some goddamn ice cream."
Damn.
So
he called you from Baskin Robbins.
yes, and it was basically just ended up being like, "I'll send what you got." We got the most random fucking milkshakes. I don't even know what the milkshake was. I have no fucking idea what the milkshake was.
Interesting.
Liz's ice cream was just some fucking random fucking ice cream. Like, dude, it was all just random fucking shit.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I don't even know what the ice cream was.
Wonder why. Why would they be out of ice cream on a fuck? What day was it?
Friday night.
On a Friday night, you're out of ice cream?
Yeah, it had
What
to
the
be
fuck? You
Friday.
get deliveries on Friday.
No, maybe it was Thursday night.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Maybe it was Thursday night.
They're probably getting their delivery the next day.
They were open absurdly fucking late too.
You remember where our Baskin Robbins was?
Yeah,
Over by Polly's?
Yeah.
That one was open hella late too.
Ollie's. Over by Kroger, by the crossing and gas station.
Station by the crossing?
Like across the street from Wendy's. There's that gas station across the street from Wendy's over by Fabric and shit.
Across the
By
street.
Ichiban.
The PS Food Mart? Oh yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah.
The first one was on Wisner Street at Rite Aid, where Rite Aid and like the hardware
I don't
store
know.
is.
I've never seen
And it went down like this alleyway. It was all spooky on the side of the building.
No, I don't remember that. I
was-
didn't know that place existed.
Dude, it was like hidden. I don't know how it stayed open for so long.
I only knew about the one Baskin Robbins that was attached to that gas
I
station.
think they moved there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in a really sketchy place, and it was open like hella late, next to like a Pizza Hotline or something.
I don't
It was
know.
like all the way down in a dark alley.
It wasn't that good.
No, ice cream's not good. It makes it really bad.
I mean, I like ice cream, but I like it, like with the fixins. Not just like I don't want
Like
just
syrup,
yeah, some
sprinkles.
well, it's like anything I like it creative. Like if
Salt?
you can fucking do if you got some caramel and shit in there, throw salt, hell yeah.
Salted caramel core.
Yeah, like lots of shit. If you can like mix it up with the toppings, I'll fuck with that because lots of things.
You like topping.
Yeah. So, that's the one I like anything food wise that is a vessel for.
Ice cream, sir.
Yeah, like that's why I like pizza. That's why I like burgers because you can do so much with the base.
It's all
Listen.
about the base.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing with the ice cream though. Like you can do so much with ice. You can do so much with a pizza. You know, like once people realize that the sauce on a pizza doesn't have to be pizza sauce, it opens up a whole new fucking world.
Be pistachio and oil.
I remember the first time I had a taco pizza.
They use for
Taco
those
sauce.
seasons,
Taco sauce. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Would you have it at school or something?
No, I had it at a birthday party.
They have them at your school. Did you get the taco pizzas? Not
Oh.
every Wednesday. We had
Oh.
taco pizza.
We
They're
never
good.
had taco pizza. I remember. We had, but like I said, I mean, I had it at a birthday party. A friend of mine passed away from crazy brain tumor. Crazy because it was just, I believe, or was close to finishing doctorate in neurology.
Damn.
You know, like that shit ended up happening. It's crazy because he was one of those dudes that was like, man, couldn't have been a nicer dude. You know, like one of those dudes that was just like, he was nice to everybody. You know, like
Right.
I don't know anybody that had bad things to say about Jack. But it's his birthday party, and his family brought some fucking pizza from like Manchester, and it was the first time I had taco pizza. What the fuck? I was like,
Was there
what?
lettuce on it?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's if you do it the right way, you don't put the lettuce on until after it comes out of the oven.
Anytime you're using lettuce, you definitely want to wait till after.
Dude, one of the best
Hear
pizzas
that, Cottage Inn?
one of the best pizzas I ever had was Clavon's used to have a breakfast pizza. And one of the prep ladies brought in fucking sausage, and we used sausage gravy
Wasn't sure.
as the fucking sauce for it. And I've had tons of breakfast pizzas. I love breakfast pizza. Never as good as that.
Sausage gravy is like fucking put anything over the
Sausage
top.
gravy on the fucking as the sauce fucking made it.
Sounds like that little blonde lady. She would have had some gravy. I can't remember the bitch's name. Lady's name.
And then
Nice.
there was another pizza that I had that was really fucking good. Best pizzas of my life. We're just gonna go through and I talk about all the greatest pizzas I ever
Right.
had.
Let's go.
This is the best pizza I ever had. Some fancy fucking restaurant out in Chicago for my buddy's bachelor
mitzvah.
party. Close, started with a B. It was a barbecue chicken pizza. The chicken was actual barbecue chicken. There was no, like, usually when it's a barbecue
Yeah,
chicken
it's just
pizza,
a
it's just
chicken
barbecue
strip, yeah.
sauce and they throw chicken on there. This is actual grilled barbecue chicken slathered in barbecue sauce. The sauce on the pizza was chipotle mayo, not barbecue. So it gave you different flavor profiles where you
Yeah.
feel like you're getting actual barbecue chicken.
Right.
I also had fucking Wagyu sliders there. That's fucking burger. That was when I finally figured out, like, oh, so much of it is just how good the ingredient is.
Wait, Wagyu sliders?
Yeah, they were
Bro.
fucking fire. And it was like that was when I realized, like, oh, so just having really good beef makes it much better.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped
How'd they
freezing.
slice it? Thin?
Nah. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it was a good fucking size slider. Damn, speaking of slider, you just slid that boy out.
Bro, Christian part we were playing basketball today. It sounded like he squeezed water through his butt cheek. I was like, do you need to go inside? Like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, I don't think you fucking are, bro.
It sounded like wet
Sounded
sponges
so
slapping together
wet.
and shit.
Not even sponges, like a wet washcloth hitting a wall.
Dude, my farts are all bark, no. Like
This one's
it's very rare that no, it's not. Maybe I'm just conditioned different thanks to
Oh, it's pretty little.
I'm just conditioned different, but it's fucking when I fart, it's all just fucking theatrics.
Yeah.
Never it rarely smells awful. The only time that my fart smells bad, I know it instantly comes out hot.
Oh
if
yeah.
there's still a heat behind that thing, and in those cases it's rarely a
So
theatrical
you have
fart.
kendo stick fart.
Yeah, for sure.
They look and sound violent,
Yeah, exactly.
but every now and then you'll see somebody just with welts.
Yeah, my farts are like a table spot for sure.
Like a new table or an old Japanese table.
They're all, I mean,
Japanese table spots are different, brother.
if the table doesn't break, that's a different type. But realistically have heard from like multiple shoot interviews that like going through the table is regular.
Has to be. They put Mae Young through
They put her through a crash pad though.
He powerbombed Mae Young in the ring through a table.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
Damn. I just remember off
'Cause
the
that's
fucking.
what-
I obviously remember the one off the stage.
Yeah, because they built to that point. There was no turning back. It was either powerbomb this bitch.
That's
off
because
the
their
Royal
whole
Rumble.
fucking thing was just putting women through tables for. Was their whole shtick for us.
Pretty much wrestling.
Was Vince Russo, bro.
Yeah. Hey, let's put her on a poll.
That guy, dude. That guy's got some fucking issues. That guy, you
Fuck
realize
Vince
he's got some
Russo.
huge women issues. That guy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you didn't realize
His
it at
mom
the time.
probably was really mean to him during his
Oh,
teenage
for
years.
fucking sure. For fucking sure. What time is it? Damn, it's almost 9. We should wrap this thing up. We're at that wrap up point. Once we get 90 minutes, I'm like, all right.
We're there. Oh my God, we are there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I know where all the timing stuff is today. I'm actually paying attention. I know where it's at.
Oh, nice.
Wrap up.
Wrap up.
Look like the fat kid Mean Girls.
Hell yeah. So, Tuesday, October 19th, my motherfucking birthday. Peak fucking Dudley Bros. Yeah, for sure. Tuesday is my birthday. We're going to play some Phasmophobia. We're going to play some Back for Blood. It's going to be awesome. So if you'd like to join in with that. I don't know what order we're playing those games in or what's going on. We might do Phasmophobia after Back for Blood. It depends. I got to talk to people to figure out what's going on. Yeah, I got to talk to people because we might do some RP Phasmophobia. But I don't know for sure yet. And then I'd like to work in some Back for Blood too and get more people in and out as we fucking fail that game. So Tuesday.
I'll definitely add me to the team. I'm definitely gonna do better than those fuckers. I saw them; they were fucking awful.
Oh my god, dude! I've seen you try to shoot things in video games. God, you're fucking terrible at it.
I'm really good at hyperbole, though.
So we'll have Goose running through the fucking birds.
All the time, no matter how many times you fucking warn him.
Dude, I'm gonna do a mega cut.
God.
I'm gonna do a mega cut of that this
The whole
week.
streams. Dude, stay away from the birds. The birds are triggered. Fucking Goose. Right.
I'm for sure. I told him in his stream earlier, dude. I'm gonna do a mega cut of all the times you ran through the fucking bird.
Dude, at least 7 times.
For a TikTok, for a short or whatever. That's so fucking funny. So, yep, Tuesday, fun, games with people. Definitely, like I said, Phasmophobia. We got to at least do a couple of ghost hunts because that's quality fucking weekly content.
And I haven't got to play it yet.
You haven't got to play it yet.
I haven't got to play it yet.
So, and then the new version of the Skwadcast, we didn't come up with a name. We were supposed to come up with a name. We skipped right over that. We'll come up with a new name for the Skwadcast. It'll turn into a show. Different format next week for that. Be here for that.
Squad show?
No. That's the same thing, basically.
No. I can sit right here. My eyeball's right
You have better ideas when you have less hood.
Well, you ain't getting any good ideas then.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a nice night, you guy. We'll see you later, Jay. Just you. See ya.